Good morning, everyone. Happy Mother's Day. I'm so happy that you could join me on a Sunday. Hold on. I just want to take the do not disturb. Good morning, Genevieve. How are you? So don't mind me. I kind of just semi-rolled out of bed. So Bodhi and I are going to be here for the practice. Just let me readjust this. Come on, Bodhi. Come on. Perfect. All right. So find a great place to practice for you today. Some place where you're comfortable. That should work just fine. You should be able to see me there. If you are joining me in real time, I'm so happy that you could be here this morning. And if you're getting this in replay, we love you just as much. Happy to have you flowing across your mat while we do so. Today is a 60-minute practice. I need to remember that because that's unusual for me. A 60-minute practice time for you to connect with yourself, ground, expand up, remember how strong you are, practice your flexibility, and meet yourself wherever you are right now. So before I even go into this, I would definitely encourage you to, of course, have a yoga mat, but also find a set of blocks or something that you can use as blocks, as well as a rolled up towel, a blanket, something that you can use for underneath your knees. You can put over top of you to stay warm at the beginning and end of practice and cozy, but also to place underneath your sitting bones during the practice when you're sitting up, so you can get out of your back body. So if you find that you are incredibly tight in your back body and your hamstrings are tight and you're like this a lot, whether you're standing or you're doing it lying down, if you feel the pressure here, things like yoga blocks and rolled up blankets are particularly helpful for getting out of your back body. So if you're this person and you just feel the tension here, having some yoga blocks allows you to come up on tented fingers and possibly even bend your legs so that you can get out of your back body. They're great for being able to expand a little more out of your practice and to root down. Good morning, Natalie. So if you don't have yoga blocks, which most of us don't have, then I would just encourage you to get something that would act as a yoga block. So 2 similarly sized books, good morning, Jenny, or a couple of books, a couple of tin cans, anything that is of equal height. Of course, what's wonderful about something like a yoga block is you have the option of being 1, 2, or 3 heights, which is always really nice. And if you are going to one day invest in some yoga blocks, really recommend you try and get some cork ones, better for the environment, and they're just really nice and solid, a bit heavy, but otherwise great. Okay, so if you're joining me now, I would encourage you to start in whatever position is most comfortable for you. For me, I would recommend going onto your back in Shavasana or bending your knees, taking your feet wide and letting your knees roll in so that they are relaxing out of your lower back, taking the pressure off. Maybe pull a blanket over you. Here in Ontario, it's cold today, which is why I still have my hoodie on. Get nice and comfortable. Option to play music in your own room. And just close your eyes down. If you're just joining me now, my recommendation was to get a blanket or a towel, something that you can have close by to place under your knees if you find your knees sensitive when you're on hands and knees, or to prop under your sitting bones when we're doing some stretching and some forward bending, And then of course, if you're able to find some blocks or something very similar to that, good morning, Natasha, then that's something that would be wonderful to support you in your practice. If you are a mom to anything, happy Mother's Day. Sending you out lots of love today. So take the practice that you need this morning, the one that nourishes you, the person of you that is showing up on your mat today. So sometimes that means that we ground down and expand up a little further. And other times it means we soothe our soul by supporting ourselves in a real slow flow practice. Take as many breaks as you want, not even if you need, but of course if you need, child's pose or rest in whatever position you would like. Intensify or increase the level of the class at any point. And if you're a regular in yoga, you know how to do that. I encourage you to do that as well. A couple more minutes before we start. I'm going to get rid of things like housekeeping, like putting up my own hair. Just wanted to make a quick announcement, and if you've been following me, you know this. My house is torn apart right now because we're moving in a couple days, big move across the country. So I may practice one more time this week. I'll announce it on all my regular channels. And then I won't be back to practicing until next week. So a little bit of fewer opportunities to practice together, but as you and I both know, lots of opportunities to connect with other fabulous yoga teachers, but also just to connect with yourself. There doesn't have to be anything formal about a yoga practice. You can do that all on your own. So if you're just joining me now, I encourage you to find a space on your yoga mat that feels comfortable for you. Lying on your back. So 2 more minutes before we start, but formally start. But let's just go ahead and find a space that feels good to you. Closing your eyes, maybe taking a bit of a stretch before you start. Whatever feels good to you. Closing your eyes. Just taking a moment to check in with where you are right now. How does your body feel? How does your heart feel? How does your mind feel? Option to tuck your shoulder blades under your back body a bit and open your palms to the sky, or to bend your elbows and simply place your palms on your belly or on your heart. Breathing in and out through your nose. Starting to lengthen your inhales and your exhales just a titch more. Seeing if you can equalize how long you spend in each part of your breath. And softly start to move your breath down the front of your body, beyond your ribs, into your belly, filling the space between your hip bones. Soften your eyelids. Release your jaw. And when you're ready, starting to just stretch out through the soles of your feet, drawing your legs together, pressing through the balls of your feet to the front of your mat, and possibly stretching your arms, interlacing your fingers over top of your head. Create some length, take up some space, inhaling through your nose and taking some exhales through your mouth. Stretch a little farther with your right hand, press down a little further with your right foot. Breathe into the space down the right side of your body, and then exhale and release in your own time. Create some length through the left side of your body. Push out through your left toes. Reach up a little further with your left arm. Move your breath into your left rib cage. Arch a little more to your right, and then release. When you're ready, draw your knees into your chest, one knee at a time. Interlace your arms or just take hold of the front of your shins and start to move back and forth. Take your knees nice and wide. Squeeze your knees in a little more. Lift your chin and your forehead. Make a little ball. Pull your head in towards your knees. Lengthen your tailbone to the front of the room. And then exhale, release it all the way back. Take hold of your right knee. Draw it in nice and close to your body. Lengthen through your left leg. Flex both your feet. Option to release your left heel to the ground. Take a hold of the inside of your right foot and bring it into half happy baby. Actually, you can take it to the outside. So draw it in nice and close. Place your left hand on the front of your left thigh. Breathe nice and deep all the way down to your hip bones. Make sure your right knee is folding into your right armpit and relaxing your shoulders and your neck and the back of your head onto the ground. Take your right hand on the inside of your right foot, and with your knee bent, allow your right leg to open up any amount to the right hand side. Keeping a nice juicy bend in your right knee, making sure your right foot is flexed, flexing your left foot, toes are drawing to the ceiling on your left foot. Draw your knee a little closer into your armpit. One more deep breath in, keeping your left hip close to the ground. And then inhale back up to center. Taking your left hand this time and placing on the outside of your right foot. And then drawing your foot across your body, maybe 30 to 40 degrees. Bodhi. Placing your right hand out to the side. Let this be gentle. Let this be light. Keeping a nice deep bend in your right leg. Inhale it back to center. Bend your right knee, place the sole of your left foot on the ground, and place your right ankle over top your left thigh into a figure four. Flex your right foot and either gently draw your right knee away or reach through the back of your thigh on your left leg and draw your left knee in nice and close. Gentle pressure on the inside of your right knee with your right elbow. Draw in a little closer. Making sure the back of your neck and the back of your head is making contact with the ground. Gentle lordosis in the back of your neck. Deep breath in, exhale, draw your left knee a little closer. And then release your left foot to the mat. Take your right foot down, set up as if you're going to go into bridge. So bring your heels fairly close to your sitting bones, feet hip distance apart. Place your hands on either side, palms down. Look towards the ceiling. Inhale. When you exhale, press down with your hips and gently roll up just a small amount. As soon as you come up, exhale, roll all the way back down. This time when you roll up, press down, roll up, lift your arms up over top of your head, palms facing in. As soon as your thumbs touch behind your head, exhale, release all the way down, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, exhale, press down, lift up. Keep your gaze to the ceiling. And exhale, roll all the way down. 2 more at your own pace. Press down, maybe lift a little higher, stretch a little bit more through your fingertips. Exhale all the way down. Last one. Press down, lift up. Stretch through your fingertips, lift a little higher through the pelvis. Feel your feet pressing into the ground. Exhale all the way down. Draw both knees back into your chest. Squeeze them in. Hold on to your right leg. Lengthen your right leg all the way out. Flex your foot all the way down to the ground. Bend your left knee, bringing your left leg into happy baby, half happy baby. Place your right hand on the front of your right thigh. Take your left knee nice and wide. Flex your foot. Left hand holding on to the outside of your left foot. Press your left foot into your hand and your hand into your foot. Breathing deep. Keep both your feet active. Relaxing your head and neck. 2 more breaths. Release the outside of your foot and swap your hand, your left hand, to the inside of your left foot. And allow your left foot and your left leg to release out to the side any amount. 30 or 40 degrees. Keep a strong bend in that left knee. Right thigh is tracking towards the ground, making sure your right foot is flexed, toes towards the ceiling. Opening up the inside of your left groin, the inside of your left thigh. Inhale back to center. Take your right hand on the outside of your left foot. Take your left arm out to the left and allow your left knee to come across your body any amount. Breathing deep. Feeling a really gentle stretch down the outside of your left calf, left hip. Inhale back to neutral. Draw your left knee in. Bend your right knee. Place the sole of your foot down on the ground and place your left ankle over top of your right thigh. Coming into figure 4, option to stay with your foot on the ground, tractioning your knee away from your body or reaching through again, back of the thigh. Inhale, exhale, draw your right knee into your chest, flex both of your feet. Gently press your left knee away with your left elbow. No tension into your jaw. Nice and broad through your collarbones. Close your eyes. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, draw your right knee in a little closer. Releasing your right foot back to the ground, unwind both feet, coming back into bridge. Place both your feet down, making sure your knees are tracking in line with your hips. Hands down to the side, inhale, exhale, press into your feet, lift your hips, maybe going a little higher. Keeping your hands on the ground this time. Press down, lift a little bit more, feel your chest coming towards your chin. Exhale, roll all the way down. Inhale, exhale one more time. Press down, option to interlace your palms underneath your back body, rolling onto one shoulder blade, then the other. Puffing your chest towards the ceiling, press into your feet, lift up. Bringing your hips closer to the ceiling. Breathing deep into your belly. Watch your belly rise and fall. One more breath. Release all the way back down. Release your arms. Bring your feet nice and wide. Take your feet all the way out to both sides and let your feet just windshield wipe from side to side. Let your hip rise as you let your body fall to the side. Back and forth at your own pace. 3 more times. Coming into neutral, roll onto your side and push yourself up and come into tabletop position. Tabletop position, knees directly underneath your hips. Knees are hip distance apart and your arms are directly underneath your shoulders. Every single one of your knuckles spread far apart. Nice contact with the ground. Hips are parallel to the ground. Coming into cat and cow, inhale, release your pelvis down. Broaden through the chest, lift your gaze. Exhale, press into your hands, belly button to spine, chin to chest. Feel the back of your shoulder blades open up as you come into cat position. Inhale, drop down, look forward. Press into your hands, broaden through the collarbone. Exhale, press down, lift up. Back and forth 2 to 3 more times at your own pace. Let it be juicy. Close your eyes. One more round of cat and cow. Coming back to neutral position, walking your hands forward just a little bit more. So tuck your toes and come back with your palms coming forward. So coming into puppy pose, your hips are directly over top of your knees, stretching your hands forward, palms in contact with the ground, releasing your forehead down to the ground. Breathing deep into your back body, more dynamic than a child's pose. Maybe even coming up onto tented fingers. Inhale, just to come up a little bit. Exhale, come down. Inhale, coming up a bit. Exhale, pressing down, lifting your hips up. One more, waving forward a little bit. And then exhale, coming back into puppy pose. Option to release your forearms to the mat. Bend your elbows, place the palms of your hands together, and take your hands behind your head, feeling the stretch all the way down the back of your triceps. Breathing in and out through your nose at your own pace. Releasing your hands back, walking your hands back. If you're able to, tuck your toes, coming all the way back to sitting on your heels. And if this is too much for you, feel free to untuck and sit all the way back. If that's too uncomfortable for you because you don't have the mobility in your ankles, then feel free to place a block underneath your sitting bones. Otherwise, making sure all 10 pads of your toes are on the ground and sitting back. Inhale your arms to the side, palms up, reach up, look up any amount. Palms together at the top, bring all the way through heart center, interlace your palms, flip your palms away, press them forward, chin to chest, letting your hips roll backwards. Press forward, feel the stretch all the way through your shoulder blades. Inhale, sweep your arms up, all the way up. Sit up nice and tall, reach through the crown, look up any amount. Exhale, palms together, all the way through heart center. Interlace your palms, flip them away, press forward. Chin to chest, belly button to spine. Inhale, big deep breath through your nose, all the way up. Exhale, palms together, all the way to heart center. Interlacing your hands behind your back, pressing your palms together, index fingers pressing towards the ground. So coming into rabbit, option to keep your hands like this as you roll forward. If this is too much for you, option to hold on to opposite elbows or simply release. Inhale, create some space, broaden through your collarbones. Exhale, rolling forward, bring the crown of your head a foot in front of your knees. Roll onto your crown, press your hips to the sky, and allow your hands to go any amount over your head. Breathing deeply into your back body. One more deep breath in. Exhale as you go. Untuck your toes, come all the way back. Rise forward. Broaden your chest, release your hands. Sweep them all the way up over top of your head. Look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So having your hands at heart center, place your right hand down to the side. Inhale your left arm up and over top of your head, reaching across to the right hand side. Option to spin your gaze to the ceiling. Exhale, inhale, come all the way back to center, left hand down. Rise your right arm up over top of your head. Reach through your right fingers, look underneath your right arm, come all the way back down. Option to continue. Otherwise, you can come on up onto your knees, press your left foot out to the side, keep it in line with your knee, place your right hand down. Inhale your arm up over top of your head, reach through one long line. Inhale to come up, exhale, all the way right arm over top to the left. Inhale to rise, right arm down. Exhale, come all the way across. Let it be fluid. Keep going from side to side with either your leg up as I'm doing or keeping it down as before. Let it be juicy. Move into the motion your body's craving. Two more. Hand down, raise up. Last one. Coming all the way back down, place your left leg back, kick your right leg out to the side. Nobody wants to stay close these days. So making sure that you feel the outside contact of your right foot on the ground. Inhale, place your left arm down. Inhale and exhale your right arm right over top of your head. One long line, press out through your right foot, reach out through your right fingertips, and then inhale to sit up. Exhale, left arm all the way over to the right hand side. Inhale to rise, left hand down, right arm up and over top of your head. Feel the strength of your right leg as you do this, and let it be juicy. Move at your own pace. Make it be as expansive or as dynamic as you'd like it to be. Appreciating the way your body can move, not so much focusing on what we can't do or what doesn't feel fantastic. Modifying it as you need to, meeting your body wherever you are today. 2 more full rounds at your own pace. And last one as you keep going. Releasing your hands back to center, bring your knee in, go nice and wide through your feet, coming back into child's pose. Releasing your sitting bones all the way to your heels, reaching your arms forward, resting your forehead on your yoga mat. Breathing deep into your back body. When you're ready, walking your body back up, just gonna turn, setting yourself up for downward facing dog, placing your hands underneath your shoulders, Fingers spread wide apart. The creases of your wrists parallel to the front of your mat. Tuck your toes. Inhale, exhale, press into your hands, lift your hips and press back. Bend your knees, taking some time to walk out your dog. Bending one knee, pressing your other heel with a straight leg towards the ground. Spending some time allowing your body to open up. And when you're ready, switching sides. Making sure your feet are hip distance apart. Releasing your head between your biceps. Bending your knees so that your hips are lifting to the sky. At any point, coming down on your knees or taking a child's pose. Settling your down dog. And when you're ready, inhaling your right leg up and back. Pressing out through your heel. Pressing forward with your hands. Bending your left knee any amount. So squaring your hips to the ground. Inhale, coming forward into plank. Bending your right knee, bringing it towards your chest. Bring your forehead into your knee. Inhale, reaching back, lifting up. Pressing back through your heel, waving forward. Right knee into your chest. One more time, pressing back, lifting up. Rolling all the way forward, shoulders over top of hands, and then releasing back into downward facing dog. Dropping your knees to the mat, this time placing your knees together, feet together, releasing back, taking your hands all the way down the other side of your body, palms towards the ceiling. When you're ready, starting to open your body up a little bit more, coming back into down dog, setting up your upper body, tuck your toes. Exhale as you press back. When you're ready, inhale your left leg up and back, press back through your heel. Press equally through both of your hands. Relax your head between your biceps. Inhale, floating forward, bend your left knee, bring your left knee into your chest. Inhale, reach back, lengthen out. Exhale, sliding forward, left knee into your chest, tuck your chin in. Inhale, press back, find your length. Exhale, sliding forward, over top of your hands. Exhale, come all the way back, releasing your left foot, looking forward, walking your feet all the way towards your hands at the front of your mat. Keep your feet nice and wide, releasing into a forward fold. Bend your knees, feeling it nice and juicy, not a lot of pressure into your lower back. Option to place your hands on blocks if that feels better. Take your feet hip distance apart, rocking forward and back on your feet, breathing deeply into your back body. Inhaling to halfway lift, hands to your shins or blocks. Bend your knees so your sitting bones are pressing back and the crown of your head is pressing forward. Exhale, coming into forward fold. Inhale back to halfway lift. Lifting up, finding some space. Exhale, back down to forward fold. And then inhale as you start to walk your hands up the front of your thighs, coming into Tadasana. Head is the last to rise. Once you get to the top, inhale your arms to the side, palms up, look up any amount. Bring the palms together. Take your index fingers reaching forward, pressing down into both of your feet. Exhale, side bend to the right. Reaching up through your fingers, feeling all four corners of both your feet make contact with the earth. Side bending. Inhale for length. Exhale, go a little more. Hips pressing a little to the left. Body to the right. Inhale to come up. Exhale, left side. Find your space. Let it be dynamic. Inhale up. Exhale, go a little deeper. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands through heart center, bend your knees, coming forward to a forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift, exhale, hands down, step back with both your feet to plank. Holding your plank position, either with your knees up or releasing your knees to the ground. Making sure your feet are hip distance apart, pressing back through your heels, reaching forward through the crown of your head. Engage your abdomen, slight doming through the shoulder blades. Press down, lifting up. Feel the shake. 2 more breaths. One last time. Release your knees to the mat, untuck your toes, and release down in one long line. Tuck your elbows as you come down. Place your hands next to your face. Press down into your feet. Inhale, exhale, lift all the way up into Cobra. Shoulder blades go back and down the body. Looking forward, no crunching into the lower back. Exhale all the way down. Waving up one more time. Press down, lift up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, press down, lift up. Exhale, come all the way down, pressing back through tabletop, tuck your toes. Exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up and back. Exhale, bring your right foot through to your right hand. Release your left knee to the mat. Untuck your toes. Both hip points reaching forward. Inhale, both arms up. Do a modified crescent lunge. Your hips are tracking forward. Your right knee's in alignment with your right toes. Lift up out of your pelvis. You feel any tension into your lower back. Arms go nice and wide. Inhale, exhale through your nose. Bring your hands to heart center. Left hand goes inside your right foot. And inhale your right arm up to the sky. Revolving open to the right. Feel the opening through your chest. One more deep breath in. Right hand down. Press down on either side. Tuck your toes. Lift your back knee and step back to plank. Release your knees to the mat. Exhale, come all the way down. This time, take your hands wide, fingertips down, elbows rising to the ceiling. Coming into waving cobra, rolling cobra. Take the feet on the tops of the mat. Inhale, exhale, press down, wave up. Shoulder blades are back, collarbones are broad. Exhale, come all the way back down. Inhale, press into your fingertips, waving up. Exhale, come all the way down. Press down, wave up. Looking forward. Exhale, all the way back down. Tuck your toes, hands on either side. Downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up and back. Exhale, left foot through to left hand. Release your right knee to the mat. Untuck your toes. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Find where your body needs to be. Resist the urge to arch back and let your whole belly fly forward. Contain your lower ribs. Find the energies in the lower part of your body. Engage your abdomen. Deep breath in, looking forward. Exhale, bring your right hand down inside your left foot. Inhale your left arm up to the side. Press down with your right hand, lift up with your left. One more deep breath in. Exhale your hands down. Place both hands back. Bring your right knee up, press back to plank. Let your knee release to the mat, untuck and come all the way down. Taking either option, cobra or rolling cobra. Press down, inhale, exhale, lift. Release down one time, pressing back into downward facing dog. Looking forward, either walking, hopping to the front of your mat into a forward fold. Reverse swan, lift all the way up, come all the way up. Inhale, hands together, exhale, keep going, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift, hands to your shins. Exhale to fold. Step back to plank. Option with plank, going through your vinyasa to either release your knees to the mat, coming down into cobra, exhaling into downward facing dog, or to tip forward, releasing, coming down through chaturanga, flipping your toes, pressing into your hands, lifting up, broadening through the chest into upward facing dog, hinging back, rolling over your toes into downward facing dog. Meeting in downward facing dog, just taking a moment to make sure that you're respecting what your body needs. Inhale your right leg up and back. Exhale, bring your right foot through to your right hand, making sure your feet are on train tracks, coming into high lunge. Pressing into your feet, lifting your body up, hands on your hips. Left heel pressing back over top of your left toe pads, right knee bending towards 90 degrees. Stacking your head over your shoulder of your hips. And when you're ready, inhaling your arms out. Press into your feet, lift up to your fingertips. One more deep breath in. Getting ready to move. Bending your left knee, releasing your knee all the way down to the ground to hover. Press down, lift back up. 3 more times. Bend your left knee all the way down to hover. Press back up. Keep going for 2. And last one, hovering over the ground. Hovering a little bit more, pressing up to your fingertips, pressing back into high lunge. Releasing your hands behind your back, interlacing your palms, pressing back, lifting through your chest. Humble warrior, hinging at the hips, coming forward. Letting your crown go down all the way to the ground. Right shoulder inside right knee. Raising your arms any amount over your head. Feel the strength of your legs. Still pressing forward with your left toes. One more deep breath in. Inhale to rise. Bring your arms up over your head. Reach up one last time. Exhale, hands down on either side. Step back to plank, skip your flow and meet us in downward facing dog, or come through your flow and meet us backwards. At any point that you want to modify your flow or take a child's pose, please do. This time, inhale your left leg up and back. Exhale, coming into high lunge on the left. Left foot through to your left hand. If it doesn't quite get there, just pick it up and bring it forward. Making sure your body's nice and stable. Have your feet on train tracks. When you have your foundation, press into your legs, lift your upper body, hands on your hips. Squaring your hips to the front of the mat. Breathing deep. Finding your center. Inhale your arms up. Press down, reach up. Starting to move, bending your right knee, releasing it all the way to hover over the ground. Press into your feet, lift back up. Bend one more time, come all the way down, all the way back. I lied, 2 more times. Press down. Lift back up. This time, release your right knee to the mat, hover over the ground, reach up with your fingertips, press into your feet, come back up into high lunge. Exhale, bring your hands behind your back, interlace your palms, index fingers pressing back. Inhale, broaden through the chest. Exhale, humble warrior, hinging at the hips, coming forward. Left shoulder inside left thigh, releasing your head to the mat. Allowing your hands to go up and over top of your head any amount. Feel the shake. It's okay if you fall out of it. Contain your hips. Find your strength. Inhale, press down. Lift back up. Bring your hands up. Last time. Exhale, hands down. Step into your flow or skip your flow. This time meeting us in child's pose. Knees nice and wide, hips releasing to the back of your heels. Release your forehead to the mat. Take a couple of deep letting go breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Letting your hips rock from side to side. This time, walking your hands back up, going into camel, bringing your blocks, if you have them, or if you have something like blocks, down beside your body, tucking your toes, coming all the way up. So your knees are hip distance apart, toes are tucked behind. You have a few options as you go into camel. Camel is a back bend, but a back bend is anytime you present your chest. This is a back bend, and anything else you do is just extra bonus. So find yourself where you are at. So placing your hands behind your back, fingertips down, palms on the back of your sacrum. Spin your elbows backwards, looking forward, broadening through the chest. Inhaling nice and deep through your nose. Exhaling, pressing your palms into your pelvis, pushing your pelvis forward any amount. Broadening through the collarbone, leaning back, lifting your gaze any amount. Holding the posture, breathing deeply in and out through your nose. Rising up, releasing your hands, untucking your toes, and allowing your pelvis to sit back and make contact with your heels. Rest your palms on top of your shins, on top of your thighs, and just close your eyes for a moment. We're going to do one more round of camel. Option to repeat exactly what we did there. Or if you want to explore taking your hands back to either blocks or your heels and opening up camel a little bit more, option to come with me. You do what feels comfortable to you. And if you don't like doing that, doesn't feel comfortable, you can stay right where you are, interlacing your hands behind your back, sitting up nice and tall and opening up to your chest. Otherwise, coming back up, tucking your toes and knowing where you're going. If you're wanting to take your hands back, you can take them back to your blocks, or you can place your hands on the back. Starting here, palms onto your sacrum, fingers up, spinning your elbows back. Inhale to create length, broadening through your collarbones. Exhale, pressing back, pushing your hips forward, lifting your chest to the sky. Option to take your hands back to both of the back of your heels or to blocks, releasing your gaze even further up. And if it's comfortable, you can drop your head back. Pressing forward, lifting up to the chest. Staying for 2 more breaths if you have the ability. And when you're ready, pressing back up and releasing, untucking your toes and allowing your body to sit back, heels in contact with your sitting bones. Palms on top of your thighs and close your eyes. When you're ready, placing your blocks or any props that you have off to the side. Coming into downward facing dog, we're going to go into pigeon pose. If you already know that pigeon is uncomfortable on your back, go ahead and make your way onto your back. We're going to do figure 4. Otherwise, press back up into downward facing dog. Walk your dog just for a moment. Still your dog, let your heels release back. Pressing with all 10 fingers. Straightening your arms, spinning your upper biceps towards the ceiling, raising your pelvis, sitting bones towards the sky. And when you're ready, inhaling your right leg up and back. Exhale, bring your right knee all the way through to your right wrist. Untuck your left toes, walking your left leg back. Foot in line with your left hip. Inhale to come up, broadening through the chest. No need to bring your right shin parallel with the front edge of your mat, but please make sure that your right knee is outside the line of your right hip. Being as symmetrical as you can, your hips to the front of the mat. Inhale to rise, creating some length. Exhale, walking your hands forward any amount to blocks or forearms, releasing your hips down. And if you feel like you need a little extra support underneath your right sitting bone, feel free to put your block under your right sitting bone. Feels comfortable. Releasing your head to a block or to your hands. And breathing deeply. If this is uncomfortable for you, then I want you to be on your back, figure 4, right ankle over top of left thigh, and either pressing your right knee away with your right elbow or hand, or gently drawing your left knee towards your chest, fingers interlaced behind the left thigh, drawing your left knee in towards your chest. Wherever you are, finding some space. Close your eyes. When you're ready, if you have a prop, moving your prop. If you're on your back, just releasing the pose, taking your feet down. Take your feet nice and wide, let your knees knock together. If you're in pigeon, tucking your left toe in, placing both your hands, getting ready to come into downward facing dog. Press into your hands, lift your back knee, step back into downward facing dog. Walking your dog. Releasing through the hips. Maybe giving your hips a little shake. Still in your down dog. Taking a peek at your hands, making sure you have nice symmetry in your hands. Seeing how much more length you have. See how much more space you have. See how much more ease you have in your downward facing dog. When you're ready, stepping firmly into your right foot, raise your left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee through to left elbow. Untuck your right leg, untoe your toe. Stepping all the way back. Coming up into your fingertips, broadening your chest, rising up through your crown. Finding the symmetry in your pelvis. And with intention, start to hinge forward, walking your hands forward any amount. Possibly even exploring what it feels like to have a little support underneath your left sitting bone. Find the space in your pelvis and release your head and your neck all the way down. Resting on a block, on a blanket, on your palms, or on the mat. Breathing deeply into your back body. And I'm sure if you haven't done it, I'm sure you've already done it. If you're on your back body and you're doing figure 4, you've swapped sides. Two more soft breaths in and out through your nose. If you're in figure 4, release your right ankle from your left ankle from your right, and just let your feet go wide, knees knocked in. Otherwise, coming back into your downward facing dog if you're in pigeon. Press into your hands, lift up, walking your dog from side to side. When you're ready, however you need to do it, we're all going to walk ourselves forward to come to sit on our sitting bones. Letting both of our legs come nice and wide in front of us. Now, if you're the person who feels a lot of tension into your back body, this is where you're gonna possibly explore what it feels like to be sitting with your sitting bones on the outside edge of either a block or a blanket. This allows your hips to tilt forward. And if you feel lots of tension in your lower back, flex your feet and bend your knees. So bending your knees up nice and tall. This might end up being your forward fold coming forward. And over time, you can start to release your knees towards the mat. If you have a little bit of more space in your body, flexing your feet, bringing your toes nice and high towards the ceiling, engaging both your legs. Inhale to create some length. Exhale, hinging forward at the hips, leading with your chest, and keeping your chin nice and tucked to some degree. And exhale, come all the way forward, keeping your hands in front of you, coming down onto your forearms, or bringing your chest all the way down to the ground. Let it be a bit dynamic. Inhaling for some length, exhaling to reach forward with your chest. Don't forget about your feet. Stretching out our hamstrings and stretching out our groin is like a long romantic love affair. Takes time to let them go. Every day is different. But if all you feel is resistance in this stretch, back it off 10% and see where you can find some space. So maybe that's bending your knees and tilting your pelvis forward. Maybe that's being really conscious of moving your breath into the tight spots. One more deep breath in. Exhaling, going a little deeper. When you're ready, press into your hands, come all the way up. Placing your hand or your elbow on the outside of your right leg or to the ground. Side bending to the right. Inhaling your left arm up. Exhaling, bringing it all the way over. Reaching for your right toes. Side bending, revolving your chest open to the sky. Finding a space. Flexing both your feet. Inhaling for length. Exhaling, side bending. So instead of letting your body collapse down like this, that's one stretch. This one, we're opening our chest to the ceiling. So you probably won't go as far unless you have a lot more flexibility than me. Inhaling, breathing into the side ribs, exhaling through your nose. Inhaling, coming back up to center, placing your left elbow on the outside of your left knee, anywhere that feels comfortable. Inhaling for length, exhaling, right hand goes up and over top of your head. Let it be dynamic. Side bending, revolving your right chest open to the sky. Sending your breath into that space, all the way down the ribs of your right rib cage. Closing your eyes. Keeping your feet engaged. Inhale, coming all the way back. Bending your knees, bringing the soles of your feet together into a bound angle pose. Keeping your feet together, bringing your heels a little closer to your sitting bones. Allowing your knees to open up to the sides. Place your hands on top of both of your feet, sit up nice and tall. And if you're particularly tight in your lower back like before, your hands might actually be behind you so that you can use the leverage of your fingertips, tenting behind you, to press into your hand, lift your chest, and allow that to open your hips. If you have a little bit more openness and flexibility, take your hands forward, inhale for length, exhale, leading with your chest, coming all the way forward, using your elbows to gently press in the inside of your legs. Opening your knees to either side. Inhaling for length. exhaling to fold. One more deep breath in, releasing a little more. Inhale, come all the way back up. Place your hands behind you, your fingertips facing in, releasing your feet. Bring them hip width, just as wide as your mat, and allow your knees to release from side to side. Bringing your body to stillness. Releasing back, place your feet on the floor. Feet nice in contact. Bring your arms on either side if that's possible for you. Keeping your back nice and straight, arms wide, chest broad. Release all the way back, feet in contact with the earth, as slow as you can go. One vertebrae at a time. Keep going. For 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Release all the way back. Invite both of your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around the front of your shins, and just let your body rock from side to side. Holding on to your right shin with your right elbow, pressing out to your left heel, engaging both your feet, allowing your left leg to hover over top of the ground. So holding on to this right leg. Option to bring your upper body up, engaging your abdomen, hovering your left toes, hovering your shoulder blades off the ground. If that's too much for you, release all the way back. Otherwise, hold it nice and strong. Keep your upper body nice and still. Press your right heel out. Bring your left knee in. Nice and strong. Squeeze in your left knee. And switch. Squeezing your knee, lift a little higher. No pressure into your neck and shoulders. And switch. Everything else stays nice and centered. And switch. Press out through that heel. Pull that knee in. And keep going. For 6. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1, releasing all the way back. Bring both your knees in. Knees go wide, rock from side to side. One more time, keeping your right knee in, release your left leg all the way to the floor. No, we're not doing more abdominals. Doing a side stretch, allow your right knee to come all the way across your body towards the ground. Let your right arm go out, shoulder height, palm down, and either bring your gaze to the ceiling or spin your gaze any amount over to the right-hand side. Close your eyes. Bring your gaze back to the center of the room. Inhale your right knee back up. Squeeze both knees in. Bring both knees into your chest. Hold onto your left knee. Extend your right leg all the way down, straight out from your hip, right to the ground. And then exhale, bring your left knee all the way across your body. Stretch your left arm out at shoulder height. And allow your gaze to come any amount to the left-hand side. Find some space in your rib cage. Soften around your heart. Inhale your knees back up to center. Invite your right knee in to join your left. Rock from side to side and spend the next 30, 40, 50 seconds doing whatever you would like to do with your hips and pelvis. Either taking maybe a happy baby, hands on the outside of your feet, pressing your feet into your hands, drawing your knees close to your armpits, tailbone lengthening towards the front of the mat, or simply holding both your knees in or placing a block underneath your pelvis, rising your feet up towards the sky to a reclined position, opening your arms up. Whatever feels best to you, and when you're ready, finding your final resting pose, the one that allows your heart and your soul to incorporate all the goodness that you gave it today. Finding the space on your mat, making sure your feet are nice and wide, letting your toes roll out to the sides, tucking your shoulder blades, spinning your palms to the ceiling. Releasing the biting surfaces of your teeth, releasing your breath, softening the muscles of your face. This morning, I'm going to repeat one of my favorite poems by Dana Faulds. It's called Just for Now. Just for now, without asking how, let yourself sink into stillness. Just for now, lay down the weight you so patiently bear upon your shoulders. Feel the earth receive you and the infinite expanse of the sky grow even wider as your awareness reaches up to meet it. Just for now, allow a wave of breath to enliven your experience. Breathe out whatever blocks you from the truth. Just for now, be boundless, free, with awakened energy tingling in your hands and feet. Drink in the possibility of being who and what you really are, so fully alive that the world looks different, newly born and vibrant. Just for now. Option to stay in your Shavasana. Start to move your fingers and your toes, bending your knees or stretching your arms over top of your head. Breathing deep into your belly and maybe giving an exhale through your mouth. When you're ready, draw your knees in nice and close, roll onto your right hand side, and taking a moment to rest, cradling your head on the inside of your right arm. And when you're ready, pressing into your left hand, keeping your eyes closed, come to sit in your cross-legged seated position, whatever's comfortable for you. Hands in your lap, eyes closed. Notice what you notice. Notice if you have any more ease in your body than you did an hour ago. Notice if you have more compassion for who you are. Inhale your arms up to the side, palms up, reaching up, taking your time, gazing up any amount to the ceiling, placing your palms together, gathering the energy, bringing it down, past heart center, bowing your head deeply. Thank you for joining me this morning. And from my heart to yours, Namaste. Happy Sunday, everybody. Thank you so much for joining up with me today. And if you're celebrating Mother's Day in any capacity, happy Mother's Day to you. I so appreciate you joining me this morning for our quick practice. Thank you, Natasha. It's been a blessing to have you here and just have a reason to show up on my mat. Maybe one day soon we can do it in person. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Genevieve. Have an amazing day. Goodbye, everyone. See you soon. See you sometime this week, I hope. In the mountains, you betcha. Mwah.